So, hi everybody. Again, I'm Laura Fisher. I'm the Community and Partnerships Manager for the Climate CoLab platform. That was an excellent panel, and one of the things that inspires me so much about working with the Climate CoLab is that it really is about generating ideas for what we can do now with the situation that we're dealing with now for climate change. And it's an optimistic platform because it's seeking ideas that are actionable from wherever we're at, and it's always looking towards the future. So with that in mind, in a moment I'm going to introduce our first round of winners from the 2014 Climate CoLab contests. Before I do that, I just want to recognize some of the organizations that we worked with over the past year in hosting contests and launching contests on the Climate CoLab platform. So we work with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, Third Way Think Tank, the World Green Building Council, ICLEI Local Governments for Sustainability, the Elders, and Climates on putting on a number of contests. And you can see all of those contests still online at climatecolab.org. And I'd also like to acknowledge the many volunteers that worked with us on making these contests possible this year. And we had over 60 volunteer Climate CoLab fellows, 60 judges and advisors that were involved in the process, and also 60, which is the magic number apparently, catalysts from all around the world who are reviewing and commenting and supporting the authors of these proposals. So I know there are a number of them that are in the room today, so if you were a fellow, an advisor, or a judge, or a catalyst, I invite you just to stand so we can acknowledge you and the work that you've contributed. So. Thank you, and many of those from countries all across the world who couldn't necessarily be with us here today. Okay, so next I'm going to recognize and congratulate the Climate CoLab winners whose proposals involved launching new companies or working with established businesses to shift how the private sector responds to climate change. And after I announce these winners, what we'll do is we'll proceed into breakout sessions where you can meet the winners, hear from them, and then engage with them about what actions can you take next to help move these proposals forward. And so in alignment with the different panels that we're hosting over the course of the next day and a half, I'll be announcing first the ones associated with the business sector, this afternoon, the policy sector, and then on Monday morning on the grassroots and community action. So I'm going to go through each of the winners according to the breakout that it's a part of. And when I call your name, if you're in the room, we'd love you to stand, but please hold your applause until the end. So first, we'll start with proposals that are looking at influencing the building industry. We have improved building energy performance, green job skills training, Danielle Dehaan. We have Passive Architectural Design Index, a benchmark for passive building techniques, Sriraj Kodakanda. We have COFA, Climate Optimized Fenestrations for Building in Developing Nations, Professor Pradeep Kinney. And I should mention that there are teams behind most of these proposals, but these are the people who are going to be presenting in the breakout sessions today. And we have proposals associated with influencing large firms. We have grocery carbon-colored shelving, Hannah Ritchie, fossil fuel divestment, building a social movement for collective climate action, representing Jeffrey Supran, pollution meter, Shenbagarajan Pandiarajan, and then clean tech startups. Turn your phone into a virtual power plant and get paid to optimize your energy, Matt Doisterberg. Path to Zero, Transforming Energy and Efficient Buildings to Green Buildings, Arash Azami. Batteries on the Move for a More Efficient World, Lance Noel. And finally, Startups Serving Emerging Markets. We have REACT, Recycled Debris for Adaptation to Climate Change, Victor Blanco. Using Biogas Technology to Improve Sanitation and Mitigate Climate Change, Osirio Shadrach Tengaya. And Strat Aero Solar Hot Air Generator by Sharad Parekh. So can we please acknowledge all of these winners from the building sector? Okay, so as I mentioned before, in a moment we're going to move into breakout sessions where you get to meet these winners and interact with them. And as Tom mentioned in his welcome address, we are, in keeping in the conference theme from ideas to action, we're actually looking to you that when these presentations are happening, for you to be thinking about what actions could you take to help advance these proposals forward. Again, maybe it's a connection that you could make, or maybe it's some expertise that you can contribute. And as part of our research, we're going to be tracking the actions that you have created. And research shows that when you share actions and even put a date to them, it makes it more real for people, and there's more likelihood that they will act upon and be made a difference. So we've actually included in the conference mobile page, which you can see is a link to here that has the entire program on it. We have a tab there called Actions. And it's a tool where you can fill out the actions that you are taking or any expertise that you'd like to contribute, as well as select the proposal. And if you'd like, we'd actually connect you with the proposal author from that you selected. And we'll be collecting these over the course of the conference. If you're attending virtually, then we actually have this app available for you as well on the webcast page. It's at the bottom of the page, so you can fill this out and contribute together. So again, together we can collectively help move these proposals and accelerate them into action. So we're in Kresge Auditorium right now. The breakout sessions will be taking place in the Stratton Student Center, which is right across the way there. You can see it's the red building in this map. Afterwards, we'll go to a community lunch where each table will have the proposal or multiple proposals and a little sign. And you're welcome to sit and have lunch and to continue the conversations with the winners. And so to get to the lunch, which is in Walker Memorial, you cross Massachusetts Ave and then go down to the river and then just walk a little bit. It's a nice, refreshing walk, about a 10-minute walk over to our community lunch. And so without any other further ado, I invite you to stand and walk over to the Stratton Student Center so we can interact with our winners. Thank you.